Hello everyone and welcome back to some more Mario Kart Double Dash. Today we got an exciting match between UltimArkh and basebalkid. This will be interesting because it's actually the first time these guys are facing in the playoffs. Um, and yeah, I'm excited to get down to it. The players have already chosen their bans. basebalkid decided to ban Bowser's Castle, while UltimArkh wanted to ban Baby Park. And actually, I think we'll be jumping right into the first race here. Mario Circuits is baseball's pick, as baseball is the higher seed. I guess just a quick background for any of you who aren't familiar with the players. basebalkid is currently ranked 8th overall, while UltimArkh is ranked 19th. So both definitely high-level players. And honestly, I think this match could go either way. But yeah, joining me, commentating is Optimistic.
Hey, nice introduction. What's up?
Yeah.
But yeah, you nailed it right there. Baseball, I think he hasn't been playing too much recently. But this is kind of like the same thing with Ark though. He is used to playing more on 50 hertz. So for those who don't know, 50 hertz is like slow down version of the game. So it really could go either way. So far, Ark's taken that quick lead. Baseball, going into the grass a little bit early on. Yeah, no Goombas here, at least in the first lap.
Yeah. Actually, Ark finishing out pretty strong, 30.6 versus baseball's 31.3. So that's actually quite a significant lead to just get in one lap. So see where this baseball can play catch up. Well,
Yeah,
baseball also mentioned he wasn't really warmed up, so I wonder if that kind of plays into that.
Yeah, he was looking really shaky in the opener, but he's actually looking much better the second lap. There's going to be a pretty decent lap here for him.
Yeah. Oh wow, very similar laps. So actually Ark keeping his lead. Going into the third lap. Can Ark hold it till the end of the race? That's a real question.
Yeah, Ark's going to have to do a detrimental mistake in order for baseball to catch up, because he is still going against a 0.7 difference.
Yep. This third lap Goomba can be a little spooky. Ark gets past it okay. So does baseball. Yeah, that was the only thing. I didn't want to say it. Commentators cursed it. It's pretty
Exactly.
But alright, Ark taking the easy first point, getting in the lead, and that'll make baseball choose the next track as loser picks. Another thing to keep in mind here, just maybe some of you haven't seen the GSA matches in the playoffs yet, but this is still a best of 13. However, we don't end up playing 13 races. Points don't matter. It's really just about the wins. So it's a best of 13. As soon as someone hits 7 points, then they win that set, and it's going to be the best of 3 sets. So definitely probably be seeing some tracks played more than once, which I kind of like. It makes it a little more interesting. You can kind of feel out how your opponent played on the track in the first set, and then decide if you still want to pick it.
Yeah, and honestly, sometimes you have like that one track power, and you just like bust out like an insane time the first time you get on that track, and then like the second time around, it goes like the complete opposite.
Yeah,
so,
misplaced confidence.
It's definitely like a different dynamic.
Alright, so starting off on Wario, baseball's pick. I want to look at the matchup here as far as PRs go. Baseball does have the upper hand, but they both have like lower 158, so it's not too close. Or it is like still somewhat close.
No.
And
baseball.
Off baseball goes.
Actually, kind of a strange mistake. He ended up falling off on the right side of casual corner.
Oh no! Oh gosh! All right. Well, baseball looking like he can get back into this race. Yeah.
And to both their demise, none of them use the shroom either. So yeah, that's kind of why you kind of want to opt to use that first lap shroom.
Yeah, that is exactly the reason, because it doesn't necessarily matter if your opponent doesn't fall, but if you both fall, then like one of them could have gotten the shroom advantage by doing it first lap there.
Yeah, that definitely would have changed the tides if like Ark didn't use the shrooms, but baseball did, because I think it was like a 1 second difference in that was basically the shrooms right there.
Yeah.
But let's see how their art tech goes. Ooh, actually,
baseball.
art going a little tight, but getting a weird angle afterwards. Oh yeah.
Oh no, an arc falls
Another
off.
fall.
All right, baseball maybe can keep it together and scrounge out this point through all the spaghetti. He's got to do some digging, but so far looking good. Man, I can't believe it. I mean, this is a popular track to fall off on, but yeah, they're just falling left and right. Ark definitely not going to be too happy about that, but it looks like he will at least get the next pick as baseball takes home a point here. 207, 211.
Whew.
Not the times you want, but it's okay.
Mean?
They're warming up. You know, they're just trying to ease into these tracks.
Yeah, I mean both times really it was at least both times that baseball fell was because of like the art tech, just like kind of went like at weird angles and then just ended up falling in. He was just not like prepared to make those adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Ark on the second lap. That's just how it is. It's kind of hard to like to make those minor adjustments, especially coming down the spiral.
Yeah. All right, Ark wants to take baseball to Sherbert Land. I always like to see this pick. It's a little scary, mostly because of the Shy Guys. And also, you'll notice the players cut it really close on this first little pond corner. And it's somewhat easy to go a little too tight and just bonk into the pond and lose your shrooms. And shrooms are pretty huge on this track, so hopefully none of them will do that, but they'll also have to watch out for the Shy Guys as well. Lap 2 is really where it's hardest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and depending on how fast you go, lap 3 Shy Guys can also be like a pain, but yeah, usually the lap 2 ones are the real killers.
Mm-hmm.
I think baseball's gonna get a really bad cycle here. Let's see how he deals with it.
Yeah, surprisingly. Oh man, doesn't even matter.
Doesn't even
to
wanna.
The Shy Guys. He saw that Shy Guy set up and was like, "Nope, going for a swim."
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a shame. Ark looks like he's holding his shrooms for the third lap here. Not a bad call. I mean, he had a high 25 opener. It's not the ideal conditions to shroom lap 2, but
yeah, you got a pretty good cycle there because of it. I think if he were to shroom with that opener, yeah, he would have gotten a really awkward one. But,
oh
yeah.
man, to make matters worse, baseball with the double Shy Guy hit.
Yeah, he's not really feeling this Sherbert pick.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he is. Ark winning his pick with a 115.5. Pretty respectable considering his PR is a 114.8. So yeah, it's pretty solid for him. For sure.
Damn.
Baseball just happy to show off every part of the track, he says. The underwater section.
Ark's 60 Hz PR is actually 115.0 as well, so even closer there.
Alright, so yeah, tossing it back to baseball's pick. And I don't know, what do you think he'll pick? Maybe he'll go for something simpler. Mushroom Bridge?
Makes sense, honestly. I was honestly expecting, since it's baseball, right? I was expecting like DDJ or just some DKM. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I would have thought so too. It's just, you know, the Wario didn't go super well for him, so maybe he wants to warm up a bit more before he takes on the falling tracks.
Yeah. Now, especially since he did say he didn't get to warm up that much.
Yeah,
that's definitely something to consider.
It's technically possible to fall off on this track, but I don't think we've ever seen that in a one-try tournament.
That'd be the day.
Alrighty, and they're off. Mushroom Bridge. Very technical track. I mean, every track in Double Dash is technical, but it almost matters more in tracks where the layout's simpler because there's not much left for you to you know, gain time on. So you really got to make sure that you're getting the faster MTs and keeping your spacing.
Yeah. Actually, I gotta point this out. I think Baseball got stuck in the second tunnel.
Yeah, he did actually while I was talking. Oh, both of them hitting cars.
Yeah.
Baseball. Oh, wants to go into the side lane. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Ark still keeping his lead though. One car hit, not as bad as Baseball's stuckage plus car hit plus plus sidewalk lane. Yeah. Also, Baseball still has both of his shrooms actually.
Dude, all the spaghetti's being dropped right now.
Yeah. Even though Baseball does have his extra shroom here, it's not going to make much of a dent on Mushroom Bridge. Oh no, God, but Ark getting completely stuck there and hitting the bus. No, Baseball takes it by a lot. Oh my gosh. Racing towards the finish. This is the poster child of never give up. Okay, Baseball taking a little swagalicious truck hit right at the end, bus hit. Oh my. That's Mushroom Bridge for you know. It's supposed to be one of those tracks where, like, you know, it's really smooth, everything goes well, but one tries, we've seen so much spaghetti here. Myself included.
Yeah. Dude, Mushroom Bridge one tries are so scary. But I don't know, Ark was playing really well up until lap 3. And it's such a shame to see that, like, getting stuck for like 2 years.
Yeah, that was an interesting mistake. I'm not sure if we've seen people getting stuck there. I'm almost wondering if he kind of A-teched and his cart pointed that way and he thought he would be fine. Because, you know, you can kind of bonk off of that and keep going, and it's not a huge deal for a one try. So I'm wondering if that's what he was kind of predicting there. But unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. So the pick going back over to UltimArkh, and these guys are just kind of swapping points and picks. So far, I think they've been getting their own picks. Is that right? Oh, except for Mac. Never mind. So the first two were switched.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since, actually, interesting pick from Ark. This is one of Baseball's favorite tracks. He claims.
Well,
somehow.
I think usually Ark gets a really good decam on one tries though. I'm not so sure about Baseball because it really depends for him, like if he's warm. he has too many variables, you know.
Yeah, and also it's been mentioned before that like tracks are really Baseball.
Oh man.
Dang.
Yeah.
Kind of goes into what I was just about to say, but the tracks that you are you know, have more playtime on and are better at, I guess you could say you kind of have a higher chance of messing up on just because you're going for different strats, or I don't know. It feels like your best track or like your best PR isn't necessarily always your best one try.
Yeah.
Track.
It really depends because like you said, sometimes if you do play it safe, then you're just gonna be like bleeding time everywhere. Yeah. But if you play it too risky, like how you would normally do it in PRs, it might be a little too much. Right.
Yo, Baseball just threaded that needle between those two boulders. Did you see that?
I saw the glimpse of the big boulder. I didn't get to see the other one.
Did you give him a point for that? That was insane. I was about to say he was gonna bonk, and then he just slipped right through. Holy cow. That was cool. But yeah, it's definitely just easier to play it safe on a track that or it's easier to be consistent when, you know, you're not as fast. Mm-hmm. I guess that's the point. But Baseball actually seemed somewhat solid for the rest of the course. Really just that opener skip shortcut messed him up. And that'll be another point on the board for Ark. And actually Ark so far has been keeping his lead, so good on him. Keeping Baseball on his toes.
Yeah, scores now 3 to 2.5, right?
For that needle thread.
That's funny. What if we were like to do something like that? Like, big air bonus, half point.
Like a freestyle. instead of like time.
Yeah.
I mean, they do that in like snowboarding, where it's like, you know, first person down the mountain versus, you know, style points, where it's like judges like check out your tricks and if you fell and stuff like that. I don't know. There aren't that many tricks though. This isn't MKW.
I mean, you can do like the mushroom bridge shortcut. I'd say that's stylish.
Yeah,
Even
that's
though
true.
you are cutting the track, I mean, dude, that strat is so inconsistent. Might as well be
Yeah.
style points.
Or even things like YOLO on Yoshi's or DKM.
Ooh.
I mean, DDJ.
DDJ is like, you just win. Like that's
Yeah, it's
it.
just 10 points. Alright, on to Luigi's Circuit. Pretty short track and kind of another one of those like Mushroom Bridge. Oh, my gosh,
God.
UltimArkh! Oh no.
I'm surprised if you get hit the second time there, actually.
Yeah, he just kind of, the chain chomp just kind of walked away slowly like I've done enough to you.
I'm sorry,
But
please
yeah.
forgive me.
Yeah, and unfortunately, hitting the chain chomp actually makes you lose your shrooms, so that's pretty detrimental to have happen lap 1. Ark, yeah, getting that 31 first lap. Oh man, such a shame to see. Baseball, ooh, keeping it pretty tight on this U-turn. Oh, never mind, a little too tight.
Yeah, but going back to the chain chomp, that's the thing. It's only a problem in lap 1. So like, just try to avoid it, but it's honestly really hard to do so. Sometimes with like the commitment to the ATEX and whatever that you're doing.
Yeah, because he's like completely out of the way on the other laps.
Yeah.
Luckily, just about anything moving in time trials and Double Dash is on a cycle. Makes things really predictable. So, definitely like about this game. And Ark bringing it, or Baseball bringing it home. The 117.4. Perhaps not the time he's looking for, but definitely plenty with Ark's mistakes.
Yeah. I mean, just that start, 6-second time loss there.
Yeah.
It's kind of rough.
Yeah, Baseball would have had to like, I don't know, go into the sand, go out of his way to hit the chain jump.
Just
yeah.
take the outside zippers.
How much slower is that? It's gotta
be like at least like 2 seconds per lap.
Yeah, I mean you're going like double the distance and like not that much more speed. Because I guess for those of you who aren't familiar, like when you get an MT off in this game, a mini turbo off, you accelerate to 70 miles per hour really quickly. And 70 miles per hour is the max speed in this game, so you're going as fast as you would for a shroom or a zipper. So any gimmicks where like you get extra speed but it's a worse line usually aren't worth it, because these players are already going almost as fast as shrooms.
Yeah, that's why you don't like usually or not at all. You don't use the star and the shroom at the same time, or MT and while you're using a star.
Yeah.
Because you're already going at that top speed anyways. A lot of people like seem to forget that.
Yeah. Ark actually doing the wall ride there lap 1, so Baseball's pulling ahead, but only because of the shroom advantage. We'll have to see where they'll end up once both of them have exhausted their shrooms.
Yeah, and it seems honestly like Ark might be taking the lead here. Just because he's not that far behind, 0.7. Usually the shrooms might save around a second or so.
Yeah, and it also depends on how well Baseball does the wall ride himself. He might do it
That's
here.
true.
Nope, going for shroom. Okay. So, actually, yeah, they're looking pretty close, but Ark still has that shroom left, so this will definitely be a tough one for Baseball, I think. Oh, and that dropped MT doesn't help.
Ooh, gets that bounce. Both of them get that bounce.
Yeah, both get the air.
Oh man, actually,
the fireball.
yeah. So that last ramp trick, you can do it like, and it's pretty safe most of the time. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Well, there's that time that Baseball needed.
Yeah, no, I was definitely thinking Ark was going to pull ahead here. Unfortunately, the stuckage, which actually looked like it led into him getting that weird ramp and hitting the fireball. So Baseball clearing that last ramp should give him that solid victory, 139.8. And baseball finally pulling ahead in the scores. 4-3. Ark sweating.
Sweating.
Schvetting. Ark definitely breaking a Schvet there. And that'll actually go to Ark's pick. Oops.
Alright, so I think now is when they're both starting to feel confident now with how they're playing, because honestly they haven't been playing terrible, just like one or two major mistakes, especially on our side. Baseball is, I think, is like finally like regaining his like composure at the game. So if he does lose this one, I think he's probably gonna start picking his favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. And it always is interesting to see, because before when we played 13 tracks, it really didn't matter. But yeah, now that we may not play all the tracks, although with the score so close, you know, we may still end up getting up to 13 matches. So we'll just have to see what happens. Rainbow Road, longest track in the game. Also somehow has like the least driving in the game. No, not really. Well, it might. I don't know.
The least MT density.
Yeah, there you go. That's the best way to put it. So, despite this track being so long, baseball with the ball, losing both shrooms yet again. Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna pick DDJ after this.
Yeah, maybe not anymore. He was testing the waters with Rainbow Road.
Yeah.
He's keeping that DDJ in his pocket. But yeah, something to keep in mind about where baseball fell. There's actually a strat where you kind of go on the right side of that zipper there, and it allows you to get an extra MT off in the air, and makes you speed up a lot when you land. Basically get instantly back up to speed, and so that's where he fell going for it. He didn't just throw himself off the track. I just wanted to make it clear his intentions versus what happened.
Yeah, the thing about this game is, however much time you're in the air for, that's time lost, right? So, yeah, you want to do that. You want to like clip the edge, right where the zipper is in there, and get an extra MT and fall down faster because of it.
Yeah, and Ark actually not going for that strat. Probably just for one try. Baseball.
It saves like 0.1-ish, so like it's not like a terrible deficit.
Oh, that was weird.
Oh man. Yeah, it's not a deficit, but you know, it's always something that you can go for.
And I'm sure he just feels pressured to go for it now, considering he's fallen off and kind of needs every last bit if he has a chance of winning.
Yeah.
And Shroom's coming out for Ark here is gonna be a huge lead. Shrooming on that spiral plus the R-Tech saves a lot of time over the alternative. Oh, it doesn't help that baseball's getting stuck.
Yeah, baseball is not looking too clean in this course. I mean, this is probably the worst course in the game. No bias.
Yeah. Luckily, he did get his point lead, so losing this will only tie it up. You know, he's still holding his own as far as competition goes, and I don't think it'll kind of affect his mental game. If you even can affect baseball's mental game. Man's mind is a fortress. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Ark would have to like fall off right here. There's like not that many ways that he can lose this one.
Yeah.
Gliding along to the finish line with get that sub 3.
Nice. 59.8, not bad at all. Ark baseball bring it home with a 308. I'm surprised, even with the only one fall. Oh, well, I guess he got stuck as well, so yeah. And there actually are worse places to fall than others in Rainbow Road. I actually not familiar with how bad of a place it is to fall where baseball fell, but we have seen it where, you know, both players will fall and one still kind of comes out ahead just because of where they fell. It's a little bit faster to, you know, get to that death zone and be placed back on the track.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like how in Wario, how that happened. The place that I think baseball got put on was like slightly further back from where he like fell off, and then
Yeah.
the opposite happened to Arc. So yeah, definitely there definitely are some like time differences that can happen because of that.
Yeah, and in baseball, despite Emo's warnings, going to DDJ.
Prove me wrong, baseball.
Yeah, I
Don't
don't
pull
know.
another Rainbow Red.
He just wanted to get all the falls out, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I gotta dump all these falls, all this spaghetti down on Rainbow Road, leave it there, go to DDJ, get this point. 200 IQ coming from
Maybe pick
baseball
it back up in Mushroom City later on.
kid. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, this is baseball's best track. His flap is actually, is it rank 2 now?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a rank 2 flap here. Very impressive, and probably his most played track, if I had to guess. I don't know. He's been playing the game for a very long time, so who knows? But at least in recent years / year.
Yeah, DKM and DDJ are definitely his most played. I think DDJ probably takes that.
Yeah, and oh my God, baseball getting an entire second over Arc.
Yeah, he's no slouch, dude. He's going here.
Oh yeah,
To
actually
take
pretty close to his ghost, unless his ghost did.
34. It might also be using the same shroom strat.
Okay. So yeah, definitely not a bad pace, especially considering baseball's PR is pretty good here. Yeah, this is kind of a bumpy course, but I'd say it's easier to control than a course like DKM or Waluigi. Makes it a little more enjoyable. IMO. Baseball dropping some MTs, but overall keeping his lead. Doubt we will see any streamlesses here.
Okay. Yeah. That was my biggest concern.
I was a little worried. I mean, it is baseball. Man, it's crazy. He will go for it. He does not care. But no, doesn't need it to win here. Looks like he's still holding his lead, and actually looking pretty close. Oh man, but Arc having a bad last corner is gonna kind of put the final nail in the coffin there. Baseball,
Yeah.
reprising his lead, 5-4.
He was actually looking kind of close there. I don't think it was gonna be enough. I think there was this like slight desync with the streams. So
Yeah,
I
that's
don't think
true.
I don't think it was like super close, but you know, it was still gonna be much closer than that 2-second difference.
Yeah, that ending definitely cost Arc a good amount. All right, and Arc wants to take baseball to Dry Desert.
Ooh. Now I know a lot about this course.
Do tell.
Now this is a track I can talk about.
Yeah, baseball does have the PR advantage here, but actually a fair amount. It's a 129.3 to a 129.7. Still not huge though, you know, it's not going to make the biggest difference in a one try. Oh man.
Yeah, and that Dark Sand already making the difference there. I think baseball might even get the tornado second line. I'm not sure. I think he might need to do a bigger mistake. Or a slightly smaller mistake here in this. But it's not looking like that. I don't think we're gonna see the tornado today. Unfortunately.
The scariest parts of this track definitely are how close you'll notice these players can get to the dark sand there, and I mean just instantly eats all your speed if you do get close to it. Oh no, baseball!
No, baseball.
No. Okay, could have been worse. He could have gotten slingshotted to the left. We've seen. Oh
yeah. It's not the best dry he's driven. Yeah, but Arc actually looking pretty solid. The last lap wasn't actually that good either, though. So like he definitely is giving baseball some room to catch up on. But yeah, I mean the mistakes that baseball's been making have just been too major.
Yeah, it looks like both players really just starting to get their picks. That's why they've kind of been trading points. Oh, baseball. Okay, just yeah. Luckily, that finish line, as you can see, stretches really wide. It's not like you have to go to this narrow in between the things. So that was actually a good call from baseball. Instead of trying to save it and get back to the middle, I think it was a little better to just go to the right of that pillar. I mean, obviously you want to go to the left of the pillar, but with, you know, the mistake he had already made, I think it was a decent recovery.
Yeah.
But yeah, tied it back up at 5-5, and this is getting to be a good one. I mean, we could see 6-6. Now comes the Mushroom City.
Now baseball's trying to catch his spaghetti he dropped from Rainbow Road. Here's what I was talking about.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't get that joke till right now.
Oh my god, I'm upset, Phoenix.
For those of you who don't know, at the bottom of Rainbow Road, the little city that sits under Rainbow Road actually is Mushroom City. So it's gonna be raining spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's funnier if I explain it.
I chuckled.
Right, and they're off. Something I want to point out actually is baseball has been consistently taking his ghosts on the track. He wants to see his pace. Ark maybe a little bothered by the ghosts, or maybe just doesn't have them. I don't know. If maybe he doesn't bother saving them with 60 hertz or whatever the case. But yeah, hasn't been picking them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even know if they convert well if they're from 50 hertz or not. I've never touched that in my life.
Oh yeah, I imagine they would. I think it would just kind of resync because the game's like clock speed changes, so everything should just change with it. Or I don't know if clock speed's the right term, but yeah, game like runs faster. And baseball taking the lead here, although it's still pretty close.
Yeah, Ark did it like went wide and started bonking all over the wall. Oh my god, baseball going in the inside corner of that.
I was afraid Ark might get a little stuck on that wall actually. Final Shrooms coming out in this last lap. Baseball still looking pretty solid. He's kind of feeling himself. Still got his ghost in sight, which is always good in a one try.
Dude, I think baseball's gonna go for it. He's gonna go for the inside of the track this time again.
Yeah, hopefully it works out for him. Let's see. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh man, he made it. Cool as a cucumber, busting out that low 135. Pretty solid time actually.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. Opener was. The opener was pretty decent, and then yeah, one of the shroom laps was also pretty decent. So no slouch here.
That'll be yeah, match point for baseball. So Ark really gotta win 2 in a row if he has any hope of taking this set. And remember, after this best of 13, we will be doing another set, another best of 13. So it won't be over, but it definitely make it harder for the player that lost the first set. So we'll see where this goes. Ark going to Daisy Cruiser.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, after these picks, they only have Peach Beach and Yoshi left. So I mean, Peach Beach I think might be a little too much for Ark. It just depends, honestly, how baseball's taking that first corner. And then I don't think Ark is particularly strong on Yoshi circuit. So
yeah, it is kind of a pickle that Ark has found himself in, because baseball is definitely stronger on the tracks that's left. Well, I mean, he's already stronger on all the tracks, but I think, yeah, especially in Yoshi and Peach Beach's case. And honestly, Ark does have a pretty strong Peach Beach, but I do recall him saying earlier in the league that he just despises Peach Beach. So he will avoid that. In fact, baseball already saying if he loses this, he'll pick Peach Beach, getting in Ark's head. He wants Ark to lose so that he'll be avoiding Peach Beach. Wow, they're looking pretty synced up through that first section. Usually the stairs will kind of
change the difference, but no.
Yeah. This could come out to a pretty similar first lap. Oh, baseball actually getting the extra MT though. That'll Still looking so close. This could be a
Oh
really
my
good.
God, I think they dropped the same MC too.
33,490 to a 577. Yeah, very close first lap. This is anyone's race still. And these shrooms are really. Oh man, both making it clear.
Oh,
Like baseball actually.
oh, they both get sexy stars too. Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
This is a race.
Yeah. Oh, taking different routes around the tables. Ark had to hold a couple MTs. Actually, I think that's going to give baseball a slight lead, but they're just going back and forth. Look at these microtransactions.
Yeah, baseball's actually making up like just that teensy bit amount of time from doing that extra MT coming up.
Yeah.
But I mean, still
Oh
the
my
laps. Look at that.
gosh. It's so close.
I think
No,
baseball is just slightly ahead now.
It was so close, baseball.
Oh, this was the race.
Oh,
Man.
I'm getting stuck afterwards. Unfortunate. He just wants to play Peach Beach.
No, he's just trying to make you not go to that movie.
Wait, no. I have to see Endgame after this. No, I got plenty of time though. I think.
And now 6-6 match point for both players.
This is what I wanted to see. Oh, it all comes down to this. Baseball hasn't picked yet, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna pick Peach Beach here, just because.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Yeah, and there it is.
Yeah, Peach Beach. Yeah, I don't think he'd pick Yoshi's.
It's a shame.
That's shroomless. It's kind of tough sometimes.
Shroomless, yeah, it is scary, and you know, we've seen baseball just kind of go for tunnel strats. I don't know if he would at 6-6 though. Not even baseball would do that, but I don't know. That man surprised me before. Okay.
I think tunnel strat's only like if you fall off or make like a huge mistake from the very start. It's like might as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Alrighty, and it all comes down to this, folks. 3 laps, 1 winner. Who will take it? Yeah, this first corner is super important. Both of them going a little wide, but
Yeah, I think they went about even there. It seemed like baseball could have gone like way tighter around that, but you know.
oh
decided not
no,
to.
baseball getting a lot of grass.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing with Peach Beach. You start eating grass like everywhere.
Yeah, that's gotta be disheartening with you know, the whole set on the line. You know, you do that in another track, it's like move on, but you can't really move on from this. Actually, still looking not that bad. Ark kind of holding MTs, maybe looking a little bit more shaky, but oh, and baseball getting a tighter line.
Ooh, yeah, no,
at the end.
he's making up a lot of time. Now they're basically tied up. I think Ark with a slight lead still.
Oh,
Shrooms
the
coming out.
bonk from baseball. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I think Ark still has advantage. If baseball drives a good lap, oh, catching a little bit of grass, but getting off of it with the A-Tech. Oh my god. In the final sprint to the finish, who's gonna take the entire set? Go, go, go! Oh my god, and baseball gets it by so little! Oh my gosh! I can't
Dude,
believe it!
Despite those huge mistakes in the opener and even catching a little bit of grass on the last lap, I mean,
Yeah.
baseball clutching it back.
Whoo! My heart!
Oh man.
Oh my god. How much was it by? Like 60 milliseconds?
Yeah, 60 millisecond difference.
Oh, jeez. Well, what an exciting first set. I got some good news. We're going to do all that again. It's a best of 3 sets. So Ark still has a chance to bring this back. If he wins, you know, 2 sets in a row here, he will take the match. So yeah, and also the players do have an option to change their bands. Something else important to point out. And baseball wants to change it up. Variety is the spice of life, and he's going for type it. What? Oh my gosh. Sherbet Land. Okay. Yeah, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, please. I'm pretty sure baseball could drive a better Bowser's than what he drove in Sherbet Land.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that was rough to see.
Yeah, and that's actually another interesting thing about this format is, you know, like we said, it can affect your picks, but I totally forgot to mention that it like affects your bans as well. And it's not a bad choice from baseball. I mean, it was a track that Ark had picked, and you know, played well on. Like even if baseball didn't, you know, have the huge mistake of falling in and hitting Shy Guys, that's like still a decently competitive time. So I think that's a good choice by baseball. And Ark wanted to stick with his Baby Park ban. Still happy with not having played that track.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised though, because both of these players don't do the new Artec sideways strat. So yeah, I'm kind of confused because like the 8MT strat is very consistent.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe, you know, Art's just not feeling it. Maybe just hasn't played it in a while.
Yeah, perhaps. And it's actually also interesting because they're tied on the flap and like pretty close on the 3 lap or 7 lap, excuse me. So I'm surprised actually that Ark would want to ban one of his tracks that, you know, he actually has a bit of a PR advantage on. But
yeah, it might also be because 50 hertz versus 60 hertz, because you have to do quicker MTs in order to make it that time lap. So that might be the reason.
Yeah, actually something we haven't mentioned yet is Ark's MT speed hasn't been super fast just because of him being used to 50 hertz.
Mm-hmm. But back on the match, Ark was ahead by 0.4 in the opener, but now, you know, he got this very costly mistake on the shroom. Ended up going on the left side of the first tree, which will put him very still slightly ahead by another 0.2.
Baseball definitely looking a little bit more warmed up here. In the first lap of his last Mario circuit, I mean, he just lost like an entire second. Oh, and Ark getting stuck on the wall.
Ooh.
Baseball is going to gain a lot of time over Ark there, right on the home stretch here. But again,
no.
This 3rd lap Goomba. Oh, baseball barely avoids it. Grabbing that point.
Wow, honestly, really surprised. Ark was looking really strong in that like entire way through, and then baseball just, you know, sliding in there real quick, dropping an MT and taking that win.
Yeah, and I mean that's kind of like the opposite happened the first time, right? You know, a baseball just had that horrendous 1 lap and then played pretty well for the rest of it. Ark, his 3rd lap was that bad lap, and yeah, you can kind of lose your lead in an instant in 1 tries.
Mm-hmm.
Ark saying, my controller. I can't read that. My controller. I guess something happened to his controller on lap 3.
Yeah, I guess he dropped some inputs in there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna clear all that sweat and rust off with a quick wash of his hands, and then be right back. Honestly.
All that gamer gunk.
Yeah, all the gamer gunk. Honestly, a strong decision. Yeah. After that entire 6-7 set, there's way too much gamer gunk. You know, all over his hands, all over the controller. Splattered everywhere.
Now would be a good time to mention Nemuru. Thank you for the subscription with Twitch Prime. Helping to support GSA. I would have mentioned it earlier, but it's just hard to find time sometimes.
Yeah. Also, yeah, well, since we're waiting anyways, might as well mention that, yeah, Double Dash Grand Finals will be, or actually Top 4 will be at Smash and Splash 5. So far, the people that have been, or that are going to go confirmed are me, Goomba, and then
Phoenix, but no.
Man, I hope no.
And then and LJ.
LJ, yes. Lost John. And then the other player will be decided from this match, Ark versus Baseball. And there the format will be round robin up until, and then whoever has the most points will play against top 2. Like the top 2 will play from that.
Should be exciting. Can't wait to see GSA at Smash and Splash.
Yes, sir.
And, Ark going for that BC pick. Pretty smart, I'd say, considering it was Baseball's ban in the first set. So Baseball kind of already revealed that he doesn't want to play that track. So, of course, Ark is going to force him to play it. Baseball also saying it's BC skip time. Unfortunately, the ultra shortcuts in this track are banned for the time trials tourney, so he will forfeit the match if he or forfeit the just the game, forfeit the game, like just this track if he goes for it. I don't think he will. I hope he's joking. I just hope he's joking.
Yeah, but so far, so good. Everyone's taking actually a wide line there from Baseball, giving Ark that clear advantage, maybe 0.2 or 3.
Yeah, that skip can be also another spot for games.
Yeah, they both played it somewhat safe, and they didn't try to go for that wall bonk.
Yeah, it is also a popular place to get stuck. So, oh man, Ark hitting the swamp.
Yeah,
but actually
and being
still kind of keeping his lead.
Yeah, but the thing is, he is a shroom down though.
Oh right, that's why.
Yeah.
So Baseball definitely, as long as he can keep these shrooms. Both of them slipping through the fire and the flames there.
Yeah, none of them do the extra MT right there. Saves a little bit of time, but trying to do R-Tech around that. Always really sketchy.
UltimArkh looks like actually he's getting the better of those U-turns. Oh, and Baseball dropping that MT. That MT is actually kind of crucial. Loses a lot of time.
Yeah, he didn't even like drop faster. Like it's almost as if like he didn't input like the drift at all.
Yeah. Shame to see, and honestly, it can be harder to tell because when you're in the air, you don't get any sparks, even though you still can charge MTs, so you won't really know if your drift doesn't go off. Oh man, yeah, it looks like this shroom is becoming less and less valuable as he makes these mistakes. Oh no.
Yeah, now it's time to bust out the shortcut.
Yeah, just go back to the balcony real quick. Alrighty, ooh, dodging the fireball. Nice. Ark. Looks like he's holding it together to the finish line, and we'll tie up the score 1-1. Not too surprising though. Baseball didn't want to play there, and I think it was a smart pick by Ark, and I'm glad he was able to get the point.
Yeah, it definitely did look more doable for Baseball than the Sugarland one though. So I feel like it makes sense as to why he banned the other.
Yeah, I've even heard Baseball claim that he really enjoys BC, so I'm not sure why he bans it. I guess he's just not super confident or consistent at it, but he does like the track at least.
I think he likes the aesthetic, or maybe just like the course in general, but that's like still one of his worst times.
Right.
He probably just hasn't played it as much. Because I think he avoids it like the plague.
Yeah. Back to Dry. Actually, very interesting pick from Baseball. This was Ark's pick last set, and he didn't do too well on it. So, kind of curious as to why he picked it, but I don't know, perhaps wants to get it out of the way early, or just, get his second chance on it while it's fresh in his mind, and knows he can do better, of course. So, and so far looking much more solid through this first lap. Still looks like it'll be close though. 30.1 to a 30.0, yeah, very close.
Oh yeah. Ark is like right on his toes. Not trying to give him too much time to just run away with.
Yeah, and I noticed Baseball looks like he's going a little tighter on that shroom. Ark just wants to play it safe. Oh, both of them dodging under that.
Oh man.
That archway of pokey archway. That's honestly that's the spookiest part of the track for me.
Baseball.
Oh
Okay.
man, held MT easy, and still getting the faster lap. I think
Yeah,
those
he
shrooms
saved.
was the biggest difference for that second lap.
Yeah, he saved a lot of time in that shroom, but you know now without the shrooms, there's not much of that time saved left. Still getting out more time saved than Arc though.
Oh wait, an Arc does it. Oh, I
Oh,
thought
no.
Baseball was gonna. He came so close. Definitely a hard line to take. But I guess a risk that was worth taking. You know, you want to go tight there. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, so actually, you know what? Hey, good pick by Baseball. Yeah, I guess he was just confident that he could do better and busted at the point. And this is actually kind of interesting because Baseball, both of his points are on tracks that he lost last set. So this could change the outcome of the set drastically. It was Mario Circuits, which Arc won the first set, and Dredger, yeah. And what was Arc's win right here?
Oh wait,
Bowser's.
Waluigi? Oh, okay. Never mind. Misunderstood your question. But you know, Arc actually going back to the Waluigi Stadium, honestly a really good pick. But Baseball was also playing really well on this track last time. Well, they both actually were. I think Arc had the lead up until the very end where he hit a fireball, and yeah, that spiraled out of control.
And actually, I'm getting some. Looks like we're getting some questions about shortcuts in the chat. So I just want to mention that Waluigi actually also has a shortcut, but it is banned in the one tries. One try tournament here. I don't know if it classifies as an ultra shortcut, but it does kind of abuse a death zone where Lackey 2 will place you like way further up in the track than you're supposed to be, and saves a fair amount of time in double dash.
Oh, no, big Arc. Even those ads in the chat.
Using his shrooms as well. Did he shroom first lap? I actually didn't catch it.
I don't think so, actually.
Loses both
Oh
shrooms.
man. Yeah.
Oh, more stuckage. Yeah, and actually, I think for the first time in this league, or sorry, first time in this in this match today, we'll see Baseball and Arc's points separate by more than one, assuming Baseball does keep it together for this third lap. It's not over yet, but oh, Baseball, okay, really drastic A-Tech.
Not getting stuck here.
Yeah. I almost wonder if that was better than getting stuck. You went really wide and almost had to turn around completely.
I think it was, because, dude, like, just getting stuck on that mud, like, you have to come back up from, like, I think 30 miles per hour or whatever. It's so slow going down there.
Yeah, it's true. You can't really get an empty off. And there you have it, Baseball. Separating the score, 3-1. Perhaps feeling more warmed up than set one. And like I said, I think him just taking Dry and Mario Circuit was pretty huge. Because normally you'll see the players kind of take the tracks that they took the first round. But hopefully Arc isn't getting too discouraged and musters up the strength to bring this score back. You know, I want to see another close match. And that'll be Arc's pick for the next track.
Yeah, I think he'll probably go back to maybe a Mushroom Cup or Fire Cup track. Because, I mean, the tracks that are left, right? We've got Luigi Circuit, you know, Peach Beach, and then from the Star Cup, we also have Yoshi and Mushroom City and DKM. And yeah, there you go. Go into DKM. I was thinking of something more consistent, but you know, like I guess this is Arc and Baseball we're talking about. They want these tracks. I don't know why.
Well, Ark did get the point here last time. I suppose it makes sense that he picks it. However, baseball does seem a lot more warmed up, and despite his fall on the first set, he actually played pretty well. So
That's
if
true.
baseball doesn't fall, I think he will take this for sure. Is like, if both players
Yeah.
don't fall, baseball's got the advantage. But that's what Ark's banking on, and that's what a lot of players bank on when you're up against a higher seeded player. Is just go the risky tracks and hope they make a big enough mistake.
Yeah, and baseball definitely. Yeah, like you said, he definitely looked really well on that last race. So hopefully he can do the same thing this time around, minus the fall.
Yes. You know what? I hope he gets that threaded needle boulder. Oh, baseball make it? Okay, whew, barely got enough speed. Could have been worse. He's definitely still in this race. I mean, with DKM, the leads can be drastic, and you can just lose a lot of time from just one, big air time coming down this mountain. So, but maybe Ark can hold it together. Baseball withholding his shroom. Wants to save it for the third lap.
Yeah. Yeah, cycles I think should be good enough for using that third lap shroom.
Yeah.
I think the biggest issue is like this is the second lap. Those boulders can be terrible.
Yeah, and just like that, baseball saving an entire second over Ark and basically secured his lead again. It looks like he's just a bit ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and has the extra shroom. I forgot to say that. So.
Well, but both of them did as well.
Oh, they did. Never mind. Okay, I'm blind. Yeah. So actually, this is looking to be a pretty close race. Oh, that tiny boulder. Oh, dipped under it. Good. Oh no, baseball bone out so far.
Dude,
no.
he almost had it too. That was all he had to do.
And that's what Ark was hoping for. So, good pick from Ark. Unfortunately, baseball just couldn't hold it together for the entire race. And that just kind of puts into perspective, like, baseball is kind of scary on DKM. I mean, he came to almost a full stop and was still able to catch up before lap 3 started. So Ark definitely was just like, please fall. And glad it worked out for him. And so Ark scrounging back up to 2-3. Only 1 point away.
Praying to the angry mountain gods. Definitely proved to be fatal for baseball.
So I'm bored coming in with another Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you for supporting GSA.
Woo.
Woo.
And Crowbar Crowlack. Yeah, I gotta shout you out too. That was way earlier, but now you got a little bit more time.
Or did I miss that one? Whoops. Oh, I see. Good stuff.
And all right, so yeah, but both the runners didn't know who won.
Yeah, I forgot. Neither of them are in the call, so we gotta let them know.
Yeah.
Normally, players have the option of staying in the Discord call and just deafening themselves so they can't hear the commentators and actually looking at the stream so you can see who won at the end. But neither of them want to be in that.
Yeah, so, it's also kind of hard in this game to do that with the longer category games. You have like loading times and whatever to look at the screen, but since it's just like a minute or two of just straight gameplay, it's kind of hard. In the DKM though, you definitely could in that at the cannon or whatever, but yeah, it's kind of hard to justify that.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. I mean, when that clock's ticking, you are always putting in inputs, so sure is. All right, and so DC, the close race that never was last set. So close to being close. I know that's weird to say, but but yeah, both players seem to be similarly skilled. Baseball does get that extra MT leaving the kitchen area that we mentioned last time, so gives them a bit of an advantage, but yeah, still pretty similar openers. Baseball with the advantage though. It's really going to come down to these shrooms.
Oh man, and now after that that first race that they had, now I'm like hoping none of them fall in.
Yeah. I definitely don't like to see it when one person wins just because the other fell in. I want to see the raw skill, you know.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, Ark actually had worse stairs. Got a few bumps there. Kind of hard to avoid. So baseball will be taking a more significant lead here. But the race isn't over yet. Baseball with his third shroom. Ark as well, following up. Both clearing it. Oh man, and more bumps from Ark, unfortunately. He's not getting the stairs he wants today.
It was still decent, but yeah, definitely not the sexiest of stairs. But yeah, baseball is slowly getting there to the very end, inputting those MTs, and securing his victory with a 137.
Yeah, pretty solid time in a one try. Actually 137.8. I'm wondering if that beat Ark's PR. Let me take a quick look. Where's Daisy Cruiser? There it is. 137.6. Okay, so it's pretty close to Ark's PR. So that would have been definitely a tough match for Ark to take.
Yeah. And actually, on top of that, it did beat Ark's 60 Hz time.
Oh yeah, that's something else to keep in mind. I kind of forget that he's.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because like he has the potential to like match his 50 Hz times on 60 Hz, but it's much harder for him to do so, just because of like the MT speed, you have like that difference in reaction time, right?
Oh my gosh, baseball. I was just about to comment on how synced the stream looked, and baseball goes ahead and presses the start button. I'm so upset. They were looking so synced. Oh, baseball almost missing the zipper, but luckily still hit it.
Yeah, and I can't even tell who's ahead. 25-9. Okay, and baseball with a slight lead.
Alright, and yeah, no chain chomp for Ark though, so, and with how close it is, that's, oh, baseball! Catching a lot of the sand, held MTs!
There we go, that was the chain chomp to baseball's
chain chomp light. Alright, stream's coming out.
Yeah, a 1.1 difference now for Ark. Ark's gonna have to make a detrimental mistake for baseball to catch up here. No sand in that U-turn.
Oh, baseball almost missing the. Oh gosh, okay, good A-tech to stay out of the grass there, but unfortunately drops the MT, and looks like Ark will be able to take it home pretty easily here.
Yeah, 116.1 versus 117.5. Yeah, no, anything that's like low 116 or better, that's a great time.
And yeah, okay, we're going to YC. I was actually gonna say that it seems like the players are taking different tracks than what they took the first round. Ark taking Luigi Circuit. I was almost hoping baseball would be able to take the DKM to kind of swap it up, but yeah.
Also, yeah, definitely trying to test out the waters with their picks.
Oh yeah. But it's just kind of interesting to see like the players kind of warming up and obviously in one tries you don't play the same every time, so it makes sense that it's kind of switch around. But yeah, Hydrophobic Walrus, the Twitch Prime subscription coming in hot. Thank you for supporting GSA. We're on to Yoshi's Circuit. Will they do YOLO?
Yeah, speaking of hydrophobic.
Oh no!
Oh, baseball! Dude, that's such like a baseball thing to do.
Yeah, I think they gentlemened for lap 1 though, so Ark definitely more manly one here. Well, they both went for it, so you know what? Respect. But yeah, that's a huge time loss, especially since Shrooms save so much time on Yoshi Circuit. Oh, baseball not getting the drift input he wants, and yeah, he's
Yeah, now I'm wondering, with the 8 seconds behind his ghost, now I'm wondering if he's gonna go for a tunnel strat.
Yeah. Oh, goes for yellow again, makes it a little bit of a redemption. Not the one you want, but hey, you got it.
full redemptionist on his track. Let's be real.
Yeah, let's see.
Uh,
I was like, oh, is he gonna bow out? I don't know how much he really stayed there, but
it kind of looked like it for a split second.
yeah.
But no, he doesn't want to redeem himself. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, and Ark getting that second Sherm out, kind of the important thing to make sure he stays in the lead as if he already wasn't. Oh, and he's actually going around. Baseball wants these points if he's got any chance of getting it. You know, he doesn't know where Ark is. In Baseball's mind, Ark could have fallen as well. So look at him, race his little heart out. It doesn't matter.
Well, that's
I'm sorry, that was mean, but go Baseball! You can still win!
Ark actually fishing out pretty strongly with a 142.9.
Yeah, no, that's a solid time. I mean, his 60 hertz record is a 142.6, so...
Yeah, I was just about to mention it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, now we're back on track to that, 1 point deficit. Ark now, I think 3-4. Oh no, actually 4-4. Oh man.
Yeah, tied up again into the higher points of this game. We could perhaps end up seeing another 6-6. I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Mushroom City. Track that Baseball looked very strong on during the first set. So hopefully he can repeat that. But Ark definitely looking to redeem himself here. And hopefully take the lead. Actually, I'm wondering, has Ark ever had the lead? I think he had it early first sets.
Yeah, I think last set he was ahead at in the 1-1 exchange.
Right.
Up until like the third point or so. But now that Baseball doesn't have his spaghetti dropped powers from Rainbow Road, you know, I think this might be the perfect time for Ark to clutch it back up.
Oh, so the spaghetti helped him last time.
Yeah, I mean he picked it up, you know. He dropped it on Rainbow Road, picked it back up, you know, collected it all.
Spaghetti storage.
Yeah.
Alright, 32.1 coming out from Baseball. Actually, pretty solid opener. And
yeah.
Unfortunately, Ark 0.6 behind now. Yeah, Baseball definitely feeling himself on this track, as he did in the first set. Ark, I mean, hasn't really made any like full stops or like a car hit or anything, but looking very behind despite just all these little mistakes adding up. Will he go on the inside of the truck? Oh! Baseball will, Ark will not.
Yeah, that's costing him a lot too, because he ended up going wide on that part, and then on top of that, he got stuck on the left side of that wall.
Yeah, he did that the first set as well, so I'm wondering if Ark's just, you know, using A-Tech to dodge it and kind of going flying wide.
Yeah, he's definitely not used to going on the outside, that's for sure.
Will Baseball go on the inside again? Hold the Madman. Oh, but he gets a hit! Ark may have a chance yet here. Baseball drops an MT. Oh, but it looks like he can clutch it out to the finish line. Whew!
Yeah, Ark needed a spectacular last lap in order for him to catch up to that.
Yeah. But, I mean, he gained all that time so that a mistake like that wouldn't just, you know, lose him to the point. So, well done, Baseball. And still getting a 136. Honestly, pretty solid with the car hit. Low 136, so. Oh, and here we go to Rainbow Road. Perhaps Baseball tossed all the spaghetti upwards.
Ooh.
That's a strong throw.
He did get that car hit at the end, you know. Maybe that just helped him launch it up.
Yeah. Dr. Fish coming in. 2 months subscription. Thank you so much for supporting GSA.
Hot damn. And now I'm going on for the 3-minute track. No stranger to danger. Rainbow Road. Ark, I think, won this one last time. Correct me if
He
I'm
did,
wrong.
yes. Baseball fell off and got some stuckage, while Ark got the sub 3.
Right. Yeah. Baseball towards the very end of that race was looking really strong, but yeah, at the very start, I mean, he made all the mistakes he couldn't have made. So honestly, I want to see if baseball, carries over that momentum from, especially from that Mushroom City,
Yeah.
and starts, busting out these MTs and speedy
Oh,
lines.
okay.
Oh man.
And actually, yeah, baseball we never mentioned, but actually missed start boost. So kind of put him at a
I didn't even see
disadvantage.
that.
Yeah. Unfortunate, especially on Rainbow Road, because, well, I don't know if it's that different, but you don't get an MT off before that first zipper.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what would come first, like your MT or the hitting the zipper compared to other tracks, but it still is a time loss. And Ark went ahead with that first lap. It also looks like baseball. Yeah. And I want to say, or I wanted to mention baseball. It looks like he's still kind of looking to go for this strat, although first lap he definitely played it safer. Oh, and gets it. Yeah, there you go. A little bit of time save. Unfortunately, dropped the MT after it, but okay.
Hey, I mean, he went even with going for the normal strat, so not too shabby. Yeah, and baseball's actually slowly making up time. It's not like super noticeable so far, I think, but doing that extra MT off the side and just going tighter after the zipper spiral has definitely been helping him out.
Yeah, Ark's still looking pretty strong though. Definitely has a chance to hold his lead, but it really depends on how baseball drives, and that's kind of one of the things that's different about these super long tracks. Oh no, baseball getting stuck though. No.
Yeah. That's not gonna help him out.
Yeah. But yeah, I was gonna say, these super long tracks, you have a lot of time to catch up. However, kind of coming, halfway through the third lap, baseball no longer has a lot of time to catch up, and that stuckage might have just done it for him. We'll have to see. Ark playing it very safe in the last section. Oh, baseball!
Oh my god, Ark. Or baseball, sorry.
Clipping through the road. The Rainbow Road.
Yeah, so yeah, that road right there has like a weird property where like you can go in from under. And actually,
yeah, it's really strange.
And actually, you can get like stuck somewhere in between the track, but yeah, our Ark, taking that strong win. Now again tied up 5-5.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this 5-5 in the higher rounds, and oh man, this is kind of wild. I think that's baseball actually, or that could have gone differently for baseball had he not missed start boost and not gotten that stuckage. Otherwise, they seem to play pretty similarly. I think Ark even, that third lap was looking a little shaky. He's playing super safe on that straightaway section or the curvy section, but fortunately couldn't pull it out. Baseball couldn't pull it out, so Ark tying it back up, and baseball picking Peach Beach yet again. This was a very close track last time. Perhaps Ark is at least relieved that this won't be the last match. I would imagine Peach Beach, when you're tied 6-6, is Ark's worst nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, last time it didn't go that bad either, though. He just had a couple of very like minor but crucial mistakes. Because otherwise, he would have taken that win.
Yeah, baseball is definitely driving better, but just had those big mistakes. Oh, and repeating it.
Yeah.
Going over that mound.
Still, though, because Ark went wide right before that, now they're just tied up instead of Ark taking that lead. Yeah, actually.
Baseball's still getting a... What the heck?
Yeah.
Still getting the faster lap. I guess something important that's to mention is we mentioned Ark's MT speed. And MT speed on not only the shorter tracks, but the tracks where it's you know, the lines are pretty clear, I guess, is the best way to describe it. MT speed and spacing can like make a huge difference. So baseball is just clawing his way forward
Another
with these faster
0.5.
MTs. Yeah. I mean, he's spending so much more time at 70 miles per hour, whereas Ark loses a lot more speed while he's charging the MTs. And it looks subtle to a layman, but it really makes a crucial difference when you're talking about 0.5 differences between races. And there you have it. Low 108 for baseball. And got the God standard flap on that third lap. So, well done. And the baseball, same as last time, taking it to match point first. But it is Ark's pick. And we have Mushroom Bridge, Wario Coliseum, and Dino Jungle.
Well, now I know what baseball's gonna pick. Well, that is if he loses this one, right?
Yeah.
But you know, or actually, Ark not giving him that choice, deciding to go for DDJ first instead.
Interesting. I don't know why he did that, but perhaps he just wants to, you know, get this one out of the way because he realizes, you know,
yeah,
coming up anyway.
He's gotta win this one anyways, and I don't think he has like a. I don't think he prefers Mushroom Bridge or Wario. I think they're both like on the same spectrum for him. So yeah, he probably definitely wants to like just get rid of this one first. And you know, hopefully if he does win, you know, take it to game point for him as well.
Yeah. And actually, another thing to keep in mind that this could potentially be the entire match point for baseball, having won the first set. So, but yeah, definitely stronger here. Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought they were both about to go for Shrimless, but oh no, baseball!
Oh, baseball! Oh my
and
god!
Ark picking Dino Jungle is actually working out for him. Holy crap! Getting inside baseball's head. You did it.
That's such a major mistake too. I mean, losing one shroom in this track. I don't see baseball really making this time up.
Yeah, no, Ark needs to keep it together, and he will take it to match point with Wario and Mushroom Bridge left, which is pretty huge. And you know, maybe there is something to be said about what track you play on the last match, or sorry, on the last track. And I guess Ark just didn't want to have Dino as his last point. You know, he wanted to try and get the win here, and then get inside baseball's head, because baseball maybe not super happy about Wario or Mushroom Bridge. I imagine he'd pick Wario, considering I think it was baseball who picked Wario last set, even though Ark won. So I don't know, could go either way. But baseball is trying to make up as much time as he can, but I mean, he's got a lot to make up, and this track isn't particularly long.
Oh, go for Shroomless. But missing it just barely.
Respect. Yeah, it probably just felt like he had to.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no way that you can make or feasibly make that time up.
Even if he made it, he still would have lost. So
yeah,
it's just really... a little. Yeah.
he just it sucks because he got like the setup perfectly, but he either I think wasn't too far to the left on the railing, because he didn't get the speed boost from the new turbo.
Yep. Okay, back up to 6-6. Oh man, I am excited. This is amazing. And baseball decides to actually go with Wario. Wasn't feeling comfortable on Mushroom Bridge. I don't really blame him, honestly. Baseball actually did end up taking the point last set, but I mean, I feel like he had more spaghetti than Ark. Ark just had that one big mistake that cost him the match, or the set, the track. Gosh, there's track, set, match,
point.
Game, lead. All right, and they're off.
Yeah, and the thing is, Ark does have a like considerably slower time on 60 Hz with a not even a sub 2 Wario Coliseum. So I think that also might be why baseball's picking this track, because I mean even in the Mushroom Bridge one, they were pretty close up until, or actually sorry, Ark had the lead up until the very end. So it makes sense as to why he would pick this. Baseball did end up falling in casual corner last time though, so
Yeah, so far so good.
yeah.
I am curious though, both players still holding their MTs through lap 1.
Yeah, and tied up as well. Like they both had the same, basically the same lap.
Yeah.
Let's see how smooth ATEC goes. Ooh, yeah, Ark had to just hold on to that MT for dear life. Otherwise, he would have bonked into that corner and it would have sent him flying.
Yeah, but so far looking very in sync. Oh my gosh! 5 millisecond difference on this first lap. On the final, oh my god, I can't do this anymore, dude. So close.
All right, let's see. This is where the lead might separate.
Yes,
depending on who gets the better R-Tech here.
Oh, both looking pretty decent. Oh no, Ark.
Ark got the bad ending.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's gonna put baseball ahead. Oh jeez. Yeah, that's actually gonna put baseball quite a bit ahead. I mean, Ark on the opposite side of the track that he wanted to be on, widest of corner, and baseball looking to take the entire match home with this final stretch.
Oh my god. He just needs to bust out these quick MTs, and that should be it. Let's see if he can do it.
Okay, hard part's over.
And no stuckage in the last corner, and that's gonna be it for baseball, taking the first match in the series.
Woo! Oh my gosh, what a race!
Oh my god.
What a match! I mean, that was amazing. Both players got up to 6-6 with really close races in the end. Oh man, that was fun to watch. So these players, Ark is not eliminated from the league just yet. They actually will play one more time. They're going to schedule another match and play that. But for now, we're going to go ahead and bring the runners in for a post-race interview. Hey guys.
Hello.
What's up?
So that was crazy. You guys took it to 6-6 both times. Both of y'all played out of your minds. I mean, how are y'all feeling? Are your guys' hearts pumping as hard as mine?
Yes.
I'm pretty calm right now. It was so bad I stopped worrying about the second race in.
Right. Yeah, well, that was a crazy match. I guess the first question I got for y'all is, you guys seem to take different games through the sets. You know, oftentimes from set to set, we'll see the same tracks picked and the same tracks won by each player, but you guys really switched it up, especially with baseball. You picked dry. You know, you didn't do too well on dry in the first set, but you know, you busted out a really nice time in the second set. So what kind of led you to want to pick dry on that second set?
I wasn't happy with my first time, and sometimes you just need that once through to remember how to do the course. As we've seen all throughout the tournament, by the time someone gets to lap 3, it's typically their best lap in one try. So I just expanded that and gave myself 3 more laps.
Wow, big brain. Ark, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You actually, we were surprised to see you pick Dino Jungle when baseball already had match point. He was, you know, had reached 6 points. You know, were you just trying to avoid him picking Dino Jungle when it was tied 6-6?
No, actually, I figured I would take that because, well, the only chance I had is that he screwed up pretty hard. So I was hoping for that with DDJ, and I got it. So
yeah, no, it definitely paid off.
I also got a good time, to be honest. I was surprised at myself.
Right. Okay, well, unfortunately, we had to keep this interview a bit short. So unless you guys got anything else to say or any more questions from you, Ima.
No, just fine. Thanks for Cheese, and for you guys to host and commentate at the last minute for us.
Yep. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. Good races. So we're gonna go ahead and say bye for now. Thank you all for joining us for this really exciting match, and we'll catch you all next time. Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Peace.